and I'm basically just crying. I get my camera out and I record everything, guys. Let's just go to court. Like, we just go into court, just speaking so rude, and he ends up really bad anxiety from this whole situation because I started getting the police involved. It wasn't sellable. End of. Hi everybody, it's Eniola, and today I am finally going to be a very requested video, but also a video that I have been putting off to do just because it's a bit of an uncomfortable topic, but I have to do it, guys, because I know that I would have wanted to know about this topic and know this story when I was buying a car. So yeah, the main reason I'm doing this is to just, you know, bring more awareness around the fact that you can be deceived when getting your first car, and it is a real thing. And I never thought like that situation would happen to me. You always are like, oh my gosh, like you hear the stories but you never think it's you. So yeah, I just hope that this, you know, helps you guys in this process. And if you have any questions, please do, you know, let me know, comment it in the comments, or you can DM me on Instagram. But without further ado, let's get into how I got scammed of my first car. I hope you enjoy. This was about a year ago. Yeah, about a year ago, probably in like June, July. I passed my exam in April, and the story behind me getting my license is crazy. So basically, I decided, I'm in university, my third year, but about a year ago I was in my second year, and as soon as 2024 hit, I decided for my final year of university that I wanted to commute. Commuting from Oxford, from where I live, is about 2 hours one way, so yeah, it's a very long drive, but I decided I'm literally so dedicated to commuting. I don't want to live in housing or accommodations for third year, like I will commute. So 2024 hit. January, I got my theory test. I passed it first time. I practiced in January, passed it in January, and then straight away moved on to starting and having my first ever practical lesson, which was the specific date was the 31st of January 2024. That's when I had my first ever practical. I took my exam in April and I passed first time. So it was a very quick process of me passing. It was a lot of hard work, especially with also doing university as well. So it was a lot of practical lessons, but I did it. And yeah, I literally was so like happy, and it just was so much for me. I was so grateful to God that he allowed me to be able to do that and pass first time. A lot of people, when I was telling a lot of people, just out of concern really, they're like, are you sure you want to do that? Like, that's a long drive. Also, like, you're a new driver, like you don't want to drive that long, like as a new driver. And I had about 40 hours, for anyone wondering, because I have had a few questions of people asking how many hours I had. The joy of, you know, me passing my exam was taken away by the whole situation that happened with me trying to get my first car, which is really sad. I won't let, you know, anyone take away the fact that, you know, I put all that hard working, and I'm not saying I did it alone. Like, God did help me with that, and God was, you know, it was by God's grace, basically. So after I passed, I was like looking for a car, of course, and I was looking at Auto Trader, and I would look every single day with no fail. Like, I would look every single day for a car, no fail. Like, it's all I did, like all day every day. It'd just be searching, looking for a car, and cars are really expensive, guys. For those wondering, I did get an automatic license. That also helped with, you know, me being able to learn quicker. So yeah, automatic cars are generally more expensive than manual cars. So really a long process for me to find a car, and it was just months and months and months. And I just remember my mum always trying to encourage me, to being like, you will find the good car, like it'll be fine. And yeah, I was just always looking and trying to see what's best. I didn't even care if I had to like go far to look for it, but also I was also wary that, you know, you can get scammed and stuff. Like, obviously you're wary about it. The irony is that I literally, the car that I selected, which is what I will speak about, was from Auto Trader. And the irony is that the current car that I have now, which is what I got after that car and after that whole situation happened, was literally from Facebook Marketplace. And I have a year later been driving this car to and from Oxford and using it, and I bought it for good mileage. And although people will say it's still a bit pricey, it, you know, it still works it still works. Finally, after months, found a car, and it was a really pretty white Ford Fiesta, and I always wanted a white car, and it was so stunning. It was a bit pricey. I think it was like around 4k. And it was quite pricey. Definitely not the money I had in my bank account, guys. Was not really great with money because I paid for all of my practical lessons, so they were quite expensive. That was a big investment, and also I was still paying for rent and everything at university. So yeah, I wasn't in the best state, but I did have savings that I saved like pretty much, like I've been working my whole life pretty much, so I have had savings. I've also been working, as I work in Tesco's alongside university and second year as well, so I was trying to save that as well. So I did have a bit of savings left that could get me a decent car, but obviously I'd have to like ask my mum and dad if they could contribute a bit. I found this car was beautiful, but when I showed my parents, and this is why sometimes it's really good to listen to your parents' advice, when I showed my mum was like, one, it's too expensive, as in like you can get a car that's just so much better, because it was a 2011 car, it was 4k, and the mileage was over 100. So yeah, my biggest recommendation for you guys is, and I knew this at the time, but like I thought, oh no, but it looks so pretty. But my biggest recommendation to you guys is, don't get a car that is over, I would say don't get a car that's over 80,000 miles. This car that I got after that one is actually 80, I got it for 80 miles, I think 80,000 miles on a dot. But I feel like, you know, I knew that, I've always thought like 80,000 miles, yeah, but ideally I think the maximum you should ever like push is 90,000 miles, but ideally you want to see if you can find something under 80,000 miles, and if you do, you've got like a really good bargain of a mileage car. It's like 100, I remember it was between 112 and 120 thousand miles, which is ridiculous, because obviously it means the car has been driven a very long time, and quite a lot, it's gone through a lot of miles, which also means that it probably is a bit more prone to problems. But I called this person up, but that's just in general. It never actually means this car has problems. The irony is I'm looking at a Ford Fiesta, the type of car I'm literally speaking about. But yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean that the car has problems. And I'm not talking about this specific car, I'm speaking in general, because, you know, my parents have bought a family car that is over 100,000 miles and it lasted us years. But it just means that, like, in general, like, it could, you know, it's obviously been driven more, so meaning it could maybe have a few more problems than a car that hasn't been driven as much. The other issue was that this car was also really far away. Like, I'm pretty sure on the train and to drive is about 3 hours, which is really far. And another tip I'll give you guys is try as best as possible to find a car that's local to you. You don't want to go far, because you want to be able to test drive that car, and also like properly, by the way, because test driving is not just driving up and down the street, because a car can survive that. A real test drive is a real like proper long drive, and I know some owners might not let you do that, but you're able to just monitor and see the car more, and do you know what I mean, when it's local. Car just stood out to me. The four like first like letters and numbers of the plate number was actually like, it literally made the start of my name, like the start of my name. But I was like, this car is for me, like this is a car. Called the person, he was like, no, yeah, this car's really, really good, but a lot of people are looking at it right now, so I've like someone from Scotland, all the way from Scotland, wants to come and see it, so yeah, like it's really good. And then I was telling him like the only concern is how like high the mileage is, and they're like, no, this car's literally just undergone its service. He was a really good like chap in how he spoke and everything, like a really nice like English man, like just very like chappy, nice person. And he's like, no, this car's like really good, like it's amazing, like the service is good. And he actually like would back up like the service as well. Like I think he either sent us I think he actually showed us the documents when we actually got there. Either both, actually, maybe. I think he might have sent them as well, actually. But yeah, and he was saying this car's literally like, we've just like sorted this car out, like it's perfect to drive, like ready to drive and everything, like it's really good. And he just sounded so like convincible as well, like not convincible, is that a word? He sounded so like genuine, like really genuine. So yeah, I convinced both my parents, and eventually they actually allowed me. They're like, okay, yeah, you can get it maybe. And yeah, long story short, we decided to get it. So the next day, because you know how they do, like they kind of just pressure you saying like other people are coming to get the car, so like you need to be quick. Don't be pressured again. That's another tip I'll give you. 3 tips for you guys already, but I will continue giving more tips throughout this video. But yeah, don't be pressured. Train journey was so long, guys. Like it was really far, which obviously was an issue later on when we had problems with the car. But yeah, so you literally had to, it's a really far location, and you had to like literally change twice, like to get there. Like you'd go through the, like on the train, and then you change at a location, then you go to another train, change at a location. I went with my dad. When we got there, he was so, like, again, like I can't tell you how nice this guy was initially. Like he literally picked us up from the train station to their shop, like firm, like business, and then he like drove us, and he was so nice. He was like, oh yeah, how was the journey? Like very nice, like laughing with us and stuff. We got there, saw the car, we gave it a tiny test drive, which is literally up and down the road, and then he was basically telling us, when we get into the room, obviously you need to sign paperwork. So I was happy with this car, and this is like the really important bit. Basically we were signing the paperwork, and he was telling us the terms and conditions of the company, and he was literally saying, yeah, this car, he also said this on the phone, by the way, like before we came, but he was saying, yeah, so with this car, obviously, like this car, we, for our company, we give a policy, so you get 7 days where you can decide if you like it or not. For any reason, if you decide you don't like it, you can bring it straight back and you'll get a refund within 7 days. That's the key thing. He said 7 days, for any reason. Like it doesn't even need to be something like crazy. Like he literally said, even if you just decide you don't really like it anymore, like you can bring it back within 7 days and we'll give you a full refund within 7 days. And that was literally, like, even on the phone, the main thing that also made me want to come, because I was like, okay, like if we feel like this car isn't for me anymore, like, you know, we've got the 7-day policy thing. And I was like, this is such a good company, like, oh my gosh. And it is like a genuine company, by the way, guys. So I was like, great. And we signed the forms and stuff, and then yeah, so we took the car home. My dad drove the car home, guys, and obviously, as I said before, because it's such a long journey, the drive home I think was a tiny bit less than the train. It's like 2 hours, like 40 minutes, something like that. Over 2 hours, I think, yeah, over 2 hours, I'm pretty sure. So guys, this is the real test drive, okay? The real test drive was not up and down the road. The real test drive was literally actually driving the car home, because it was a long journey as well. If your car actually survives that, yeah, you got a good car, okay? That is a real test drive. Can it survive a long journey? Especially because I was getting this car for the pure reason of driving to uni, to Oxford, and it's 2 hours one way. That's 4 hours in a day. And a lot of the time it even actually is more than 4 hours because there's traffic and stuff. So I need a reliable car, guys, okay? Like I'm not just driving this to the shops and back, like around my neighborhood. Like I need an actual really good car. So my dad was driving this car home, and it was doing quite well. I was literally so in love with the car, guys. Like I'll see if I can insert some clips and stuff of like just the whole day, because I recorded all of it because I was just like, I'm so excited. It's probably about 30 minutes left on the journey, so we've driven probably about like 2 hours or so, and probably 30 minutes left on the journey. And the start of the journey was mainly country roads and stuff, and then like towards the end it was more like the motorway. So we're on the motorway, and then this car starts and I'm like, Dad, like what's going on? And it just keeps going, and then it starts slowing down on the motorway. And thank Jesus that he allowed us to be on the lane closest to the hard shoulder, because I think we literally just like took a like slip road into the road. So we literally just emerged into like the actual like road, like, and then obviously we were still on the like lane that was nearest to the hard shoulder, and it was literally going like like this is the best way I can say it, and it was really loud, like it literally sounded like that, and it was shaking, and it started getting smoky, and you can smell, and it was slowing down, like, and we're on the, like, this is high speeds motorways, extremely dangerous, guys. Pardon me, high speed motorways, so dangerous, everyone's at high speeds, so many lorries. It was literally so scary, honestly, so scary, and God forbid ever or any of you guys are in that position. He's literally barely trying to get onto the hard shoulder, like literally like trying to turn and stuff, but it's really slow, like, and then there's cars behind us literally going at speeds, and they're literally having to swerve into other lanes. And yeah, we get into the hard shoulder, put the car off. My dad's trying to kick it again, it won't kick, it won't start anymore. My dad opens the bonnet, smoke, literally puffs of smoke. And yeah, crazy. I get out of the car, and I try call the man that we just bought the car from, and I'm calling him, and it's really loud on the highway, like it's really loud on the motorway, you can't really hear much, but I'm calling, and then I'm like, he picks up, then I'm like, hello, yeah, it's the car we just bought, like we're on the motorway, it's broken down on the motorway. And then he's saying what, like he can't hear, and to be honest, I'll give it to him, because we genuinely couldn't hear properly because it was so loud on the motorway. I literally like, there's a hard shoulder, and I literally go like up the grass bit. It's like a little hilly grass bit, and I go up to there, and I'm just seeing the view of the whole motorway whilst I'm speaking. And I'm like, yeah, the car we just bought, it's broken down on the motorway, it's broken down. And then he's like, oh well, oh, I'm very sorry about that, I don't know how that's happened. And I'm like, yeah, it's broken down. And he was like, well, I'm very sorry about that. And then I'm like, yeah, I don't know what to do, like blah blah blah. And then he's like, hello, I can't hear us. He ends the call. So then I call my mum, she doesn't pick. And I call my sister, and my sister picks, and then my sister's like, yeah, hi, how's the car? And I'm like, we're on the motorway, can you please give the phone to mum, like the car broke down. You know how African parents are. You know how African parents are. I probably look so weird laughing to myself right now, but no, you know how African parents are. So I was like, yeah, like I was like to my sister, yeah, the car's broken down. And then she goes to my mum, and then she's like, Mum, they said the car broke down on the motorway, and they're on the motorway and they're stranded or whatever. And then Mum's like, hey, how African parents are, guys, if you know, you know. Okay, she's like, hey, and then she's on the phone, and then she's talking to me, and I'm like, yeah, it broke down. She's like, give me the number of the person, like give me the number of the man, like I'm gonna call him, give me his number. And then my sister also gets me to share my location with her, so she knows where I am. And then whilst I'm doing all this, by the way, my dad's like trying to sort out like us getting, what's it called again, us getting towed, basically, because literally we can't go anywhere, like we can't drive. So my mum's on the phone to him, she's sorting that out, and my dad's calling to get towed. And then a few moments later, this whole was quite a long process, because if you ever get like if you ever need assistance from like the hard shoulder, and you need someone to pick you up, and you need to get like towed, like it's actually like you have to wait a really long time. If you've been lucky and you've been quick, like that's really good, but you know, we have to wait a really long time. My friend, we passed around the same time, she had her tire, like she was, I think she was driving away to work or driving back from work or something like that, and her tire got punctured. And I think she said she waited like way over an hour, like maybe even 2. We waited like an hour, literally like an hour minimum, for us to get picked up, like, and them to like take us. But meanwhile, my mum was on the phone to the man, and she just like, what's going on? Like, I don't understand, like, what's going on? And my and the person's like, oh, like, I'm really sorry, don't know what's happened, but look, pay for you to get towed, get like pay for the towing, and then we'll pay all back for you. Another major thing, he said, we'll pay all back for you, like we'll pay all. And we're like, great. Like, in total, like the extra expenses we paid for the car that he said he'd pay us back for, it was like about £300, just to let you guys know. Yeah, so yes, long story short, we get home, we get towed home, and I think I've got a video of that as well. We get towed home, and my mum was still speaking, by the way, that they'll speak in tomorrow and we'll sort everything out. get home, and I basically this was a long process, I know I'm like cutting it down, but it takes ages to get home. We finally get home, and then my mum was basically talking to my mum like, oh, should I just go get the car checked, because I still really like the car, but also in my heart being like, no, I shouldn't get this car, like I need to take it back. And my mum saying, no, like you can't have it though, because like, you know, we're concerned of your safety, like obviously you're using it to drive far, like we can't have this happening. Even if they do repair the car and stuff, like it's just so risky, like just take it back. And we came to a final answer that, okay, we're going to return the car, and that was the same night. So the next day we call him back, and he answers, and he basically says, yeah, just bring the car back, we'll repair it for you and we'll give it back to you. And then my mum's like, no, sorry, like we've decided we don't actually want the car anymore, like we'd just like to have a refund for it, just because my daughter's using it to drive to uni, blah blah blah. We don't really need to explain, but you know, it's within our policy, like you said, you can take it back in 7 days. And that's literally 1 day, 1 out of 7 days, by the way. It's not like it's the last day of the 7 days, it's the first day of the 7 days that we're using it. From this point forward, his tone and his mood completely changes, guys. It literally changes, like it completely changes, like he's not the same person anymore. He responds to that and he's like, oh, like no, but we can just repair it like really quickly. And we're like, no, like we've decided we don't want it, like just for her safety, like we don't want it anymore, I hope you can understand. And he's like, okay, yeah, so yeah, we'll just we'll organize someone to pick the car, because we basically dropped the car, the person that towed us dropped the car at a local mechanic. I actually forgot to yes, I actually forgot to mention that. So yeah, basically so when they dropped the car at our local mechanic, the next day, which is the day that we're telling we don't want the car anymore, the mechanic basically checked the car for us, and they give it like a general check, and they actually see that there's like a major problem, and it's actually going to like cost her a lot of money to fix it. I can't remember what exactly the problem was, but it was like a major like problem with something specifically, and it was going to take a very long time to fix, because you couldn't even kick the car, guys. And yeah, so we were like, no, like we just don't want it anymore. So are you ready for the story? Because this is where it starts. He just isn't really in contact with us anymore. I tried to call him, he's not responding. So literally what we would do is we got to the point where we were literally calling on multiple different phones, and like he'd pick straight away on another phone because he doesn't recognize the number, so he doesn't know it's me. So we're like, hi, yeah, we're still waiting for you to get back to us about it, about this car, like are you going to take the car? And he basically keeps saying, yeah, like I organized my team for them to take it for you and like tow it from your mechanic, and then like that's all he say, and we literally wouldn't have like, he wouldn't like actually conclude what he's saying, and he would literally just end the call. And this happened for so long, guys, for like a week straight. We just kept trying to get to him, to the point where he literally started recognizing, you know, my parents' phone number, my phone number, so we had to use literal different phones. Like it was just so bad. And he would literally just like keep ending, like we'd try, and like even my parents would, like my mum would try to speak to him, like what's going on with this car, like you said that you'll come pick it up, like what's going on? And he'd say, oh yeah, we'll pick it up on Wednesday, end the call. And then we're just like, wait, what's going on? Tone just changed. Like whenever we tried to like get back to him and call him again, he was like, yes, I already told you, and then when it actually come the day where he said he would do it, like, and there's nothing, we don't hear anything. Obviously if you're planning to come and like tow it, you tell us, oh, like what time you're coming. He didn't even ask for the location. That's why we knew like he wasn't even actually like serious about coming, because he was like, yeah, we're coming Wednesday. Like, do you even know where the mechanic is? Do you know what I mean? Like you just like, he was just like, I just don't understand why. So he was just leaving us with the car, and like he just wouldn't take it. Finally, guys, when we just keep on getting to him and being like, this is wrong how you're treating us, like I keep reminding him of the policies and stuff, like this is wrong, and then he like finally, guys, like finally at the end of the week, I think he sent a team and they came and they took the car finally. Like, I don't think you understand. He started like, just like, he was just not acting like a good person. They finally take the car. Silence. So they have my money, and they also have the car that I paid for, which I don't want anymore. but they're not responding to us at all. We literally can't get through to them at all, guys. Like, and he's literally just like, yeah, so you literally like, he would literally not give us an update or anything, and just like, and then when we finally would be able to, like, by using another number or something, he'd be like, yeah, I just need to like, so is it possible to have this refund? Is it possible to organize the refund? He'd be like, yeah, like I just told you, like, we're going to check through the car, we're just gonna see it. And I'm like, yeah, but like, can we have the refund because we don't want the car anymore? And yeah, the car was just sitting in their company, like in their company car park or whatever, without them discussing what was going on or anything, without this refund being processed. And before you knew it, the 7 days was like up. But we obviously said we want this refund within the 7 days, like, clearly. He wasn't speaking to us. He had both the car and the money, and he basically was refusing to give us a refund because he was just trying to say, he was just using different excuses, like, you know, like, oh, like, it's your fault the car's broken, like, it's your fault, like, the car's cooked, like, the engine's cooked. Like, we literally couldn't even get to the house, like, we couldn't even get it home. Like, fair enough if you want to use that excuse if we've been driving it for a month or something, but we literally couldn't even get it to the house, guys. Like, it's just so silly. And yeah, like, he was saying, yeah, we'll sort out the thing that you cooked, then we'll just give it back to you. And we're like, no, like, I don't want it, like, I don't want it, like, this is for my safety. And I think it's just crazy because, like, I was 19, I'm 20 now, but obviously it was about a year ago, so I was 19. And the way that he was just like treating, like, he knew that I was a uni student, he knew that I was going through like stress of uni and stuff, he knew that that money was mine, by the way. Like, he knew that I was literally just a trying student trying to save up my little like brown coins or whatever to just get, you know, a car and stuff. Like, he knew it. Like, I literally told him all about it, like, when we were with him and stuff, and like, he knew my situation. Like, I just think the way he treated us, especially someone who's so young compared to, he's like, I would say a bit more elderly, like, it was just like, just not okay at all. Like, even how he would talk to my parents, the tone he would speak to my parents, it was just so not okay. It was so unprofessional, inappropriate. It was just horrible, guys, honestly. And like, even when I tried to get on the phone, like, the whole situation at the time would just give me such bad anxiety, because like, this money, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the richest person, you know what I mean? Like, that money, I've been working since 14 years old, like, and I know I don't need to necessarily like plead my case by saying all of this stuff, but like, it did just, like, it was just a really anxious moment for me. And like, I just had really bad anxiety from this whole situation, because this money is just not any money that was just like thrown out like from a trust fund or whatever. Like, this was like hard, like, my hard earned money, like, genuinely being serious. Like, I've been working since 14 and I've had jobs consistently, and I've literally just, like, you know, like, I actually, like, when I've worked for that money, I try to invest it in something where I could be like, oh, like, this is such a big achievement for me, and, you know, my hard work off the money earned is, you know, it's gone somewhere where I can really, you know, like, the fact that, like, I'd been able to save up quite a lot of money for this really important, you know, thing that meant so much to me, and also being able to, you know, achieve the fact that I was able to pass and stuff, like, it honestly just was so painful to me. Like, it was really painful to me, and it really upset me, guys. Like, the emotions are low-key starting to come back, but it was just a really bad situation. Not only how he was treating us and stuff, but like the sentimental like feeling behind all of this and behind that money. And it was just so, it was horrible. At this time, this is when we started getting the police involved. Went to the police station. Basically, they couldn't do anything. They were like, oh, you have to, like, this is something like you have to like do online. Of course, went online, filled in forms. I did so much, guys, like, to like try and like get the justice for this. So I went online, I tried to like fill in stuff, and I went online and I filled the whole like application police report thing. And then at the end, like, I can't remember how long they took to get back. Not too long. I don't think it was more than like 3 days or something, or like maybe 1 to 3 days, I think. But they basically got back to me being like, sorry, like, this is not a case, like, we can't, like, this is not a case for the police. Then they referred me to something else, And in that place, after doing the application and stuff, referred us to somewhere else. And it was just horrible. Honestly, just being referred to different places and be like, this is not a case for us, unfortunately, but we can, like, you know, we can direct you to this number, to this email, to this blah blah blah, to this company, to this yeah, it was just a lot of back and forth with that. And I honestly thought, like, this person, like, got away, like, and I know you guys might be like, oh, why can't you just go to the place? I'll get to that in a minute. But, like, obviously at the same time, my mindset was, even if we do go back to this place, which is really far, by the way, even if we do go back to this place, like, it's not like he's just going to give us the money. Do you know what I mean? Like, he'll only probably give the car back, maybe. I don't want the car, you know what I mean? I just want the refund. And this was within the policies that you said. And yeah, guys, honestly, like, at this time, I remember I was just spending, like, every day, like, crying. Like, it was just so emotional for me. And I was this was towards the end of second year, and also in second year, like, I didn't have the best time for second year of university, and it was just so, like, emotional for me, and it was just really sad. Like, I was just always crying, also trying to stay, like, strong and rooted in the faith, and just remind myself that, you know, like, God is in this situation with me, and I just had to, like, try and, like, have faith and trust in God in this situation. But guys, I can't tell you, like, it was just a horrible feeling, a situation of someone just treating you so badly with your own hard work money, going against their own policies for their own company. And yeah, it was just really sad, guys. It really was. It was really painful to me. But basically, long story short, I the place that actually low-key helped, guys, was my bank. And I can't remember who told me about, I think one of the actual people redirected me to my bank, and they told me my bank, someone was parked directly next to me. Yeah, so someone directed me to my bank, and I called my bank, and they were actually really trying to help me with this situation. Like, it was the most I've ever been helped, and I actually low-key, like, had a bit more hope now, because they were literally like, oh, like, what day did you do the transaction, this and that, like, holding me on the phone. They were genuinely passionate about helping me, and that's, like, what I felt like everyone lacked. Like, it seemed like they wouldn't actually, not necessarily not trying, because I guess, like, they probably weren't able to sort out the situation, but this, like, my bank actually really, and now, like, I put my hands up to my bank, because I think they're actually really good. Even just in how they helped me, like, it still means a lot to me how they helped me, even though they weren't successful, by the way. Like, little spoiler alert, they did actually genuinely try to help me. And the man on the phone was so sweet to me. You know, he asked me the day of the transaction. They saw the transaction. Yes, they basically blocked the company and the man from being able to take any more money from my account. So yeah, they literally just helped me a lot. And they said, okay, give us, like, a few days. I think it was, like, 2 days, and we'll get back to you, and basically try and help you with the situation, and see if we can even give you your money back from our own, like, money and our own, like, bank. And yeah, so they came back to me, and they said, unfortunately, like, as much as we, like, really did try and, like, help, unfortunately, we can't actually do anything about, you know, this, like, money situation or anything, because, like, you, like, at the end of the day, I know he did go against his policy, and it was a breach of his policy, and I know all of that, but, like, because I was the one that still, you know, processed that payment, and actually was the one that did that transaction, and it was actually me that did it at the time, they can't actually do anything. Like, if it was a situation where maybe they forced it out of my account, they could obviously, like, sort it out, but because it was my hand that actually paid it, they couldn't do anything. And it was just, like, I was like, yeah, what am I actually meant to do in this point? Because even with, like, I wanted to still, like, get a refund and be able to actually get a car. Like, what was I actually meant to do in this situation? And it was heartbreaking, guys. It was really heartbreaking. And yeah, so how did I end up getting this money back? How did I end up finally being able to get this refund? We went there. We went to the place. Now, I was so against this. It was my mum, though, and my dad that were like, we need to go there. This is enough. He's treated us so badly, and he probably is treating us badly because he doesn't think we're actually going to come again. because he knows how far it is and stuff. He probably thinks that we're not going to come. We go, and you know what, actually initially, you know, my we were going like in the car with my parents' car, and as we're driving, the tire, there's a tire problem. It's on the dashboard saying there's a tire problem, and I'm like, this is a sign, like we shouldn't go, like this is a sign. And then we decide, like they agree, like okay, maybe we're not going then. So we go straight to the tire place, and whilst we're in the car, my mum calls the man. And I remember already, like that same day in the morning, I called him, and he picked up, but he gave us a really bad response. He was just like, yeah, we'll just we'll give you an update soon, and just ends it. Like his issue is that he just keeps ending the call, and us like, yeah, but, and he just ends the call, and it's just so bad, guys. I can't tell you, it's so bad. And my mum basically calls, yeah, as I was saying, and she's calling, and she's like, yeah, so what are you doing about this car situation? Because we called, my daughter's called, she's been crying all the time, we just don't know what's going on with the car situation, you're not giving us a response, like what's going on? And he says, yeah, I already told your daughter, like we're sorting it out. And he's speaking so rudely to my mum, like so rude, rude to an African parent is crazy, guys. He's speaking so rude, and he ends up, guys, my phone ran out of storage because I've been speaking so long, so I need to round this up. Yeah, so he wouldn't even let my mum get a literal word, and like not even a word. He just ended the call, and she was like, you know what, right, never mind, we're still going. We're still on this tire out, which to be honest was literally being sorted out as we were in the car. Me and mum, as she did this call, like they're like doing the tire, we're like able to sit in the car. She's like, we're still going. And I'm like no, like I'm literally so against it, because like I don't want to do this confrontation thing. I was like, let's just go to court, like we're just going to court. And mum's like, let's just try this like one last time, like we need to go, like he's genuinely just walking all over us. It's just wrong how he's like treating us. And my dad also agreed, and I was literally crying in the car because I'm like, I don't want to go, like this is just like, no, let's just go to court. And she's like, do you not understand, like with court, which is true, like it's such a long process, like it's a really long process, like a very, very, very long process before you even actually are able to get into the courtroom. Like it's a really long process. Yeah, so we drive there, and it's such a long drive, and we get there, long story short, and we basically walk in the place, and I get my camera out and I record everything, guys. I'm recording everything. I still have all those videos, guys. I'm not going to put it in, I'm not going to insert it, because even like as far as even like the actual company and the place that we got this car, that car from, I'm not actually saying it in this video, because you know, I'm a child of God. Like I'm not doing this because I want to like bring anyone down, or like I don't want to do that to the company or to them. However, at the same time, I don't want anyone going through the same situation that I did. So if you do want to know, if you are looking for a car and you do want to know, like, oh, actually I do, you know, I do want to actually know where to avoid and where not to look, and where I wouldn't recommend looking because of this experience I'm telling you, like please feel free to DM me. My Instagram is in the description below, but I don't want to actually say openly on YouTube, because that's just not who I am, in terms of actually, like, you know, pulling down a company or anything. At the same time, I know that it's important to caution you guys, and I don't want anyone going through the same thing, because I wouldn't have wanted to go through this, and I would have loved a cautioning for when not to look. So if you want me to let you guys know, please DM me privately. Back to the story. I record everything, guys, everything. My camera is there because I'm like, look, if I'm going to court, I need evidence, all right? I need evidence. Obviously, I had so much evidence ready. Like, the policy is the most, like, the easiest part of this whole situation being completely wrong and completely, like, there's a complete injustice there, obviously, by the actual policy and what he's told us, and yeah, everything. That was obviously a big part. But yeah, like, we go there and I'm recording everything, and we walk into the place. I actually forgot to mention, before this actually happened, right, before this happened, basically my friend, I was telling my friend about it, and she's always like, oh, do you want me to like message him and like, you know, give him an earful? Like, I'm like, no, don't do that. But I actually did use my friend to help me. Basically, my friend with her boyfriend at the time, and I basically asked her, and basically what we did was her boyfriend called the man, obviously with his with their phone, and he called them and he basically just asked, oh, do you have this specific car, is it still like available to buy? Because we went on the company and we looked for like one of the cars that was selling. It was like an Audi or something, like a black Audi, and he was like, oh yeah, do you have, like, he was just saying like, yeah, do you have this car like still available? I'm actually looking to buy it. And he was like, oh yes, we do actually have this car, like if you're available, come down today, like you can come down and get it, like it's still available, blah blah. And the reason why we actually called him was because we wanted to actually make sure that he was in the office, because we don't want to actually go and then he's actually not there, because obviously there's other employees under him or whatever, but the person that we're talking about is the actual, like, I'm pretty sure he's a boss or whatever, like he's a boss. So we wanted to actually know that he was in that day, and he was, because he was down to that and stuff. So we were like, great. And then yeah, he was like, yeah, thank you, like bye. And he just like, yeah, so that just happened. Went in, long journey, went in. As I said, I had my phone, and this woman was actually at this like there, like at the entrance, on like at the, like just the bit where you get in, and she was like, oh, are you looking for, and says the person's name, because I forgot the person's name, like I literally forgot his name. I was like, why can I not remember his name? And she said, oh, you're looking for, and she said the person's name. I was like, oh, that's actually him. We're like, yeah, we are actually. And then we go into his office, because she directs us there, and we're recording everything, and his face, like he was shocked. I was in there because my mum wasn't there initially, but obviously he'd recognise me, and my mum wasn't very happy either. So we just walked in, and his face, he was so shocked. We just walked in and we were like, hi, so your phone does work then? Because he was literally on his phone. So your phone does work then? And then he was like, yeah, I picked up the calls, like I already told you the situation. We were like, and then we could see the car as well, like literally like near his office. So we were like, yeah, so what's going on? Like, we'd like a refund, please. Like, what's going on? Whole situation goes down, guys. Whole situation goes down. And I'm basically just crying, and the woman as well that let us in, like, she's just like, this doesn't sound like the person's name, like, this doesn't sound like, and I was like, I know, like he was so sweet, like I know this just doesn't sound like. And then he's actually like, I'm literally basically crying, like I'm just crying, like, and I'm like begging the woman as well, like, do you not understand, like I'm literally a uni student, like, all true as well, I'm literally a uni student, like I'm struggling with money right now, like all I wanted was a car, like all I wanted was a car. And like, yeah, this is like, he said he'd give us the money back in some days, he didn't give it back in some days. Nothing got physical, please don't think anything got physical, anything like that at all. It was just my mum speaking facts and him basically just denying everything. At the end, like I'm crying and stuff, because like it's not even like, it's not anger, it's more like just sadness, deep sadness, and like just like I'm just really, and then I'm just really like this is like, it's so painful to me, like how could you do this to me, like it's so painful. And I think also because a woman was there as witness, and we were recording everything, like me like crying and stuff, everything that was said. And at the end, he was basically saying, like, my mum was literally like, this is a 19-year-old girl, like how could you do this to a 19-year-old girl, this is a 19-year-old girl, like, and just like stuff like that. And at the end of all of that, yeah, and then also he would take us out right to the car, and he'd actually be like, oh, look at the car, like, and he'd kick it, and he's like, the engine's cooked, like kept just saying that, and we're like, that's not our problem, it genuinely isn't. We literally just drove it, like clearly the car wasn't sellable, that's the issue, like the car was not sellable, end of. That's why it's broken down so quickly. If it was sellable, it shouldn't be breaking down this quickly. Like, how am I meant to, like, do you know what I mean, like how am I meant to continually drive this, even if I wasn't driving long distance? Like, it's not drivable, it wasn't sellable, end of. Like, that's the end of it. It's like, no, like we've just been looking over it, and we're just trying to figure it out and stuff. He's like, but yeah, but we don't want the car anymore, like, do you not understand, we don't want it anymore, like can we please get a refund, like that's it. But yeah, I'm crying and stuff. And then at the end of this whole situation, guys, and also he saw that he was being recorded, the actual woman as well was just like, as well, like trying to figure out like what's going on here actually, like what was being done. And then basically, yeah, he basically calms down, and he's like, okay, you know what, I can't bear to see a girl like this cry, and you know what, we'll try and process the refund. We'll try and process the refund. within a few days. And then they were just trying to say how the company's been having like money issues or whatever, something like that. So at that specific time he couldn't refund it, but he swears to us like he will refund it within, I think it was like 3 days or the day after tomorrow or like something like that. And he gave us a dedicated date, and then he gave us a paper, and then he was like literally, I will write it on here, I will pay this, blah blah blah. You know, like, shall we all sign it? So my mum signed it, he signed it, I signed it, and then this woman as well that was looking, like, she also signed it. And my, like, obviously we literally had a contract before that he didn't keep, so like, what is the point of this? But at the same time, he genuinely kind of looked like he actually had empathy, and that's like the first time I was seeing that he actually had empathy and stuff. So I was just begging that he would actually do this. And yeah, obviously the aim was to get the money and refund then, but we just trusted that he would actually, and I had everything like record as well. So I think he also knew like they're gonna use this against me, and like I actually need to do it. So long story short, we went home, and then on the actual day when he wanted the process to refund, I was calling him and being like, hi, like, what time are we gonna do? And he was actually talking to me in the way that he should have been talking to me the whole time. And he was actually like, yeah, like, send it at this time. If it doesn't come through this time, let me know, call me back. And like, genuinely, like, I was like, come on, like, this is it, like, this is all we wanted. And then at the time that he said it will come, and at the time I was expecting it, the money came and all there. Now, he only sent the money for the actual car that I bought, which is great, but he also said that he would send us the money that we had to pay for like everything, like the towing, and also like checking the car at the mechanic as well. Like, he said he'll pay all of that back for us, right? But at this time he said he can't send it all together, so in a few days again, or in the next week, like, he'll send that one as well, which is about £300. Thank you. I was like, thank you so much, like, honestly, like, thank you so much, like, this is all I needed. Like, and he was just like, okay, don't worry, like, that's okay, darling, we'll call you next week. Next week comes, he doesn't call. And to be honest, I am very, very, very grateful that I already have this money. And you know what, I was even saying, like, me and my mum was even saying, like, if he doesn't call back next week, let's just leave it, because we're so happy with the money. But I was like, I think we're friends now, so so I called him. And then this is like a few days after he said he'd send it, and I was like, yeah, I'm just waiting for the remaining parts. And he changed, guys, don't worry, the story is ending, but he literally, like, it was crazy. He was like, actually, I'd actually like the money back that I sent you, actually. And I was like, sorry, what's going on, sorry? And he's like, yeah, I actually want the money back, actually, because you cooked the car. And he went back to this whole situation about cooking the car and stuff, and I was like, and then he ended the call on me, and I was like, God, I'm so grateful you already let me have the money. Like, thank you so much for allowing him to actually send it to me, because he just seemed like the exact same person he was before. And I don't know what, it's actually scary. Like, it's actually genuinely scary. I was actually concerned, because yeah, so and like, long story short, he didn't actually end up sending the extra parts, but we've just left it at that. Like, I literally just like deleted his number and everything. We just left it like that, because yeah, no, honestly, I was just so already grateful to God that he allowed me to have the main part of what I like, the actual cost for the like car, even though he did literally promise, even without signing contract, I'll send you all of it, even that bit as well. That's okay, even though it was a few hundred. I'm actually not stressed, because I'm so happy I got the main parts. You know what I mean? Like, I can still get a car with this, I can still potentially have a car and all of what I really wanted. And yeah, yeah, that's literally how it ended, and it's really sad how it ended like that, but that's literally how it ended. Fast forward probably 10 months later now, I was able to get this car, and I got this from Facebook Marketplace, which is the irony. I got it in the same city I lived in as well, which is why I recommend getting it in the same city that you lived. I got it for, I think it was actually the exact same, so it was a bit cheaper than the one that I got, the other car that I got. It's a tiny bit cheaper, I think. It's a later car as well, and it was like 80,000 miles when I bought it. Facebook Marketplace, drove it around, it has a cute screen, like, I'm very grateful. And yeah, I've been driving it for almost a year, well, almost since that time happened. And yeah, guys, honestly, I did my driving me for the first time alone video, and honestly, that was the first day that my driving journey started. And yeah, so just know that everything does work out in the end, and everything does happen for a reason. And I know that was a terrible situation to be in, but everything happens for a reason. For example, if that didn't happen to me, I wouldn't maybe be as cautious next time to get a car. If you'd like any tips or have any questions about this, or any questions or tips that you wanted, advices about this whole situation, because I feel like I can actually give really good advice now that I've been through it, please let me know. I'm actually going to read, like, you can ask in the comments, but you can also ask my Instagram as well. But I'm actually going to be doing a 1,000 subscriber Q&A. Any questions, honestly, put it in there. I'm gonna open like a post where you can like ask the questions. I'm gonna like say a post, so if you've not already seen that, it's probably up now. But yes, I will be doing a 1,000 subscriber Q&A, so ask anything you want to ask in there. This took me 1 hour to say. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope it helps you guys. I believe that it's really important for me to spread awareness, or you can be deceived. Thanks so much for watching this video. I actually need to go now, but I will see you guys in my next video, which is the 1,000 subscriber Q&A. I love you all so much, and let me know what type of videos you'd like to see from me. Thank you.